Well, I moved here to Des Moines about 1998 or 99, and I quickly learned who the heavyweights were, and of course, Janey Hooper was at the top of the list.
She transcends all genres. She does rock, she plays straight blues, she plays rhythm and blues, she plays funk, and she plays jazz.
Well, I think I first met Janey not long after I'd moved here, through Nancy Bierma.
I probably first became aware of her music when I was in the womb.
It would have been at the Totem Pole Lounge. I was in the Cavaliers at the time, and I don't remember the gentleman who brought her in, but it would have been probably 74, and said, you need to hear this young lady sing. And we look over, and here's this young lady wearing a Daniel Boone fringed coat. And we're looking at her, and the guy says, you really need to hear her. And we didn't let a lot of people sit in those days, and we're like, you know, maybe another day. And they said, no, you gotta hear her sing. So she came up and sat down behind Mike Van Elsen's B3 and started noodling a little bit, and of course that got everybody's attention. And I think the first song that I ever heard her sing was Stormy Monday. And she killed it, just killed it. The next week she was on the road with us.
She has told me that her first real experience with jazz was through Stu Calhoun, and that Stu invited her to sing. So that was her first real jazz gig, and I think that's what kind of got her interested in jazz.
There are two people in the musicians community in this town that you can say their first name, and I don't care how old they are, young or how old they are, they'll know who you're talking about. One of them is Sam, and the other is Janey.
Well, you know, I first met Janey, she was probably 18 years old, and I was playing at some club in Ankeny, and had the Hammond B3, and she just really liked that, and next thing I know, she bought a Hammond B3. I like Janey's playing because she is able to incorporate the blues, jazz, and the funky styles all together.
The cool thing about Janey is she really, really knows about simplicity and when not to play and when to leave a big old space, you know. Janey and I would be playing a gig, and I don't think I've ever played with a jazz piano player who just sat there and played the groove for a whole time through the song. And that's very effective, and that's very tasteful.
And she has gotten so much better, I think, in the last 5 or so years, or however long it's been. Her solos are much better than, you know, and I'm not saying she didn't sound good before. Please don't misunderstand. But she's really hitting that jazz thing down real good, and she can sing great. I mean, come on, you know?
What really knocks me out is her singing. When she opens her mouth, everything she sings or plays, she plays with soul. And, you know, you can't really teach that to somebody. You either have it or you don't.
One thing about Janey, when you hear her sing, you can tell that's Janey. It's only her voice. You know, it's not like, you can say, I think she sounds like somebody else. You can be outside the club and hear us, oh man, that's Janey singing.
Hide your heart from sight, lock your dreams at night. It could happen to you.
She has a way with the audience, I tell you. She'll sit down and she'll just have the audience in the palm of her hand.
She approaches music from more than just what notes am I going to play. You know, it's about who are you and what do you want to say to people, and how are you connecting with the rest of the group, and how are you connecting with the whole room, which is, I think, really important to any kind of music. And she's so right on about that.
I don't think I've met 2 to 3 people with the size of heart that Janey has for people. You go to something so simple as a jam, she has the same smile, the same warmth, and the same love for that first time guy that walks up. Really shouldn't be up there. she treats him or her the same way that she would treat a guy like Sam or some of the people we've talked about.
It's not just about the music. It's about who you are as a person.
She has a heart the size of Iowa.
If you ask her about being inducted into the Hall of Fame, she'll tell you, like, what did I accomplish? You know, I play piano, I sing, and what makes me any better than a mailman who delivers their mail every day? They're reliable. I'm reliable. I don't see why. Although you have to almost convince her.
I have a lot of respect for Janey, and I hope she continues to do well.
And she definitely deserves to be in the Iowa Jazz Hall of Fame.
How your arms would be, and it happened to me.
You are very deserving of this award, that you've made a lot of people happy with your music, and it means a lot to people when you play.